What's up, everybody? It's J Mac, and welcome back to Bigfoot Input. I appreciate all of the well wishers and concerned people asking me if everything was all right. I know it's been a while since I put out some content. It's been a couple weeks. We did have a live on Friday, though, last Friday. If you haven't joined us on the live show, you really should. It's every other Friday, um, 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. EST every other Friday. So it's every 2 weeks, twice a month, 18 and up, just to keep the children out of the room. And yeah, we talk about some cool stuff. So, we show some pictures. So, come join us if you can. I announce it usually the day of, so on Friday, I will post on the channel here on Facebook and that sort of thing. All right. So anyway, guys, that being said, so it has been a couple weeks. We have a lot of content backed up. It's been coming in really fast, which I appreciate all the contributors and everyone that's throwing pictures at us. We get through them as soon as we can, and then we choose which ones we're going to use and that sort of thing. So, but this one is going to be kind of a long one, so buckle up. Here we go. Let's get into it. So Dennis Herstad, you're probably going to hear this name a few times in this video, but really nice conical shaped head on this picture. And the eyes, obviously, and the nose with the nostrils right there, which I like. I think it indicates the difference between pareidolia and a real picture is when you can really see facial details. And of course, you got the mouth right there and the facial outline. You can even kind of see a cheekbone right here. But chin outline right there. So looks like it's got some shadowing on this side of the face, but all in all, a great picture. Thank you, Dennis. Rocky Mountain Sasquatch posted this one. I don't know who the OP is, but it's on a trail cam, right? So we'll take a look at it from this distance. I'm a little confused with this picture, right? So you obviously have the detail of the mouth and the nose, and I can see the nostrils right there. Then you look up here, and it looks like maybe a little bit of eye shine and maybe some over here too. Maybe not. Maybe this is like foliage or something. I don't know. But it gets deeper. It depends on how you look at it, right? So if you look, you'll see an eyeball here and an eyeball here, which, given the facial construction of the mouth and the nose, doesn't make any sense. Like, I could buy that there's an eyeball here where the eye shine is, but then that puts the other eyeball over here somewhere and closed. Or at least this light is not penetrating this side of its face, I'm just I can't zoom in anymore. I'm a little perplexed that there are two distinctive looking eyeballs right here. And then that just raises all sorts of questions. What is that? Why isn't this eyeball up here? I don't know. Something is amiss with this picture. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but it's a mess, and I just don't know exactly what to say about it. So I think at first glance it looks cool, but then when you start digging into it, I don't know, something's wrong. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, still neat to look at, and we'll move on. Kathy Westerman. Let's see, what do we got here, Kathy? We've got just the eyeballs, and we've got the nose, and again, you can see the nostrils there, the mouth down here. Really just a face, not necessarily disembodied, because I think you can see more down here. Like, this could be hair. I'm not really sure because of the foliage. Obviously, foliage here, there, and it's covering them up pretty well. But still, an interesting photo. Thank you, Kathy. She always has good stuff. Dennis Herstad here, again, with this creature. I'm seeing, again, conical shaped head, large nose on this creature, and a large mouth too. And I'm not sure if its mouth is agape or if this is part of this tree structure that it's hiding behind. But either way, good shot. This one's weird too. He says little guy inside of tree. So I don't I don't really claim to understand what that means, but obviously you've got the eyes and you have the nose, and I can see one nostril there, and the mouth, and what looks to be a very large beard, and you can see the head hair up here. So I've never actually spoken to Dennis personally other than to ask him permission to use the pictures, but I don't know what that means to him. Like, I mean, does that mean like it's some sort of, is he camouflaging against the tree? Is it some sort of elemental that's like inside of the tree? Yeah, I don't know what that means. And I don't know what to make of this picture. All I can do is point out what I see. And Dennis, if you catch up to us one of these days, I'd like to hear what your take on that is, because I'm curious to know. All you can see is the head. You can't really make out any body of any kind down here. So what does that mean? You know? I don't know. Rebecca Rollison. This is a good one. Look at this guy poking his head up from behind this tree, this bush here. Big cone-shaped head. You can see the shoulders here too, and there. And then this is part of his body down here, but it's behind all this foliage. And there's your eyes, your cranial ridge, big nose. And you kind of see his mouth. Almost looks like he's smiling at you, Rebecca. Good shot. Thank you very much. I want to try to keep it moving because we do have a lot to get through. Catherine Norris with her latest shot of forest people. Quite obviously a face. Eye, nose, mouth, hair. Comes down here. Forehead. I don't know of what. I'm not quite so inclined to call this a Sasquatch. But what is it? I don't know. Now she calls it forest people, and that's, you know, that's fine. Uh, she encounters these every day, whatever, so she would have a better understanding. But from our perspective, it looks very human. But she does say that the forest people are physically diverse. Some are more ape-like in appearance, and some are more human-like. So, I just got to take her word on that, because I am not entirely sure. But look, that's just obviously a face in the bush there. So, great shot, Catherine. Thank you very much. Okay, this one is going to take a minute. Look, I don't want to spend 15 minutes analyzing one photo. That's just not what I do usually. But this photo deserves that kind of attention. Okay. I'm going to dive right into what makes this a genuine photo. First of all, I want you to look at the details. I'm going to look at the wrinkles on this guy's face. The hooded nose, the nostril goes here and goes all the way back here. Look at the detail. Even down to the uneven mustache hairs. Okay. So here's the thing with this photo. It's not claimed. It's just on the internet. It's been floating out there, right? If it's art, somebody did a hell of a good job. I mean, a hell of a good job. No one signed it. No one claims it. No one says, yeah, it's my picture. Nothing. It has the details of what, like weathered face, like he's been outside his whole, you can tell he's kind of an older guy and he's been through it, right? And the variance of light on his head Whereas like here, the light's very bright coming from these leaves, which you can tell are also brightly lit, down to here where the light is low, and these leaves here are out of focus, and they're not getting a lot of light. So little details like that, it's just are hard to replicate. Even this like appears to be some sort of scar on his head. I mean, that's a lot of trouble to go through, you know, to draw a picture like this, And the red tint on it, which I learned, um, shows that it was taken with a non-digital camera on film, and the redness is aging. It's like a chemical uh, oxidation or something because of age, and that gives the red tint. So it's very cool. And yes, the general consensus is that this is probably one of the best facial pictures of a Sasquatch ever taken. Or I'm going to recommend a channel to you called Strange Spotting. And this guy does really in-depth breakdowns of individual photos and things like that. Like, he really, really gets into it. And so if you want a deeper dive on this photo, I recommend going and watching his video on his channel. Maybe I'll link it in the description, but it's worth a watch if you find this photo to be fascinating. And I do, because I think that this is, if we had concrete evidence that this photo was real, I mean, it's bigger than Patty. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that with you guys, and you can decide what you want on that. But I would go check out his channel. It's a cool channel. Either way, I look forward to watching some of his videos. So this one was posted by a guy named Troy Blizzard. I've never talked to him before, but I did get his permission to show his picture here on the channel. And I mean, it's an awesome picture. Obviously, you've got these two very ape-like looking creatures, with the eye, the nose, the mouth, little ears, and round heads. Not your typical Sasquatch, but obviously a variety of. And even though it looks like the picture was maybe taken in motion because it's very blurry, or it's just part of the phenomenon, but it looks like it has a baby here. Like, you can see a little round head here. So I think this is probably mom and baby. Anyway, very good picture, Troy. Thank you for allowing us to use that. Dennis Herstad here, just with another one. Little facial thing there in the woods, some creature. I'm not sure what. Thank you, Dennis. Yes, we are moving quickly because we have a lot to cover. Okay. Derek Delato. Again, not someone I talked to, but he did give us permission to use this picture, so I appreciate that. He said that him and his dad were experiencing sightings and goings on, in the woods near their house, and he decided to set up shop with a camera one day and catch, a photo of something. So what he caught is he caught a couple things. He caught this, which, I don't know what that is. It definitely looks like a face. I couldn't rule out pareidolia on that one. He's got this one up here, which, could be something, because you can kind of see a conical shaped head up here, and you can see the face, but it's obviously, really poor quality, so you can't really make any detail. But this one I think is cool. I think that is fairly undeniable humanoid looking head and face. Is it 100% a Sasquatch? I couldn't guarantee that to anyone, but it's definitely something. It's interesting. And I thought it was worth looking at. I think it's a cool picture. So I think Derek got something genuine there. So thank you, Derek, for submitting that. Another Dennis Herstad with some creature here with just really interesting facial details. I think you guys can see them there. Mouth, nose, eye here, maybe over there too. Very cool shot. Thank you, Dennis. Here you go. Another one from Kathy. In motion. Caught this. Not really sure what this is, but I see kind of pointed ears, an eye, and sort of what looks to me to be a snout. See how the length kind of comes down here and here? Are we seeing teeth here? Is this a dog man in Florida? I, you know, you guys know my stance on dog man. I'm not there yet. I haven't seen enough. But, this doesn't look like a Sasquatch to me. And it doesn't look like a bear. If it's a dog, it's a big one. And Kathy, as far as I know, doesn't have a dog. At least not this dog. Feral dogs in the woods of Florida? Not really. I mean, coyotes, yeah, but not black dogs like this. We don't really have any wolves to speak of. So, I don't know. I'd say that Kathy's got something there. And I think we need to credit Carrie Ann for actually finding it in one of Kathy's photos. So thank you as well. Okay, look. Either this is a complete fake fabrication, or it is absolutely the best Bigfoot footprint that we've seen. I don't know. I don't know if he casted it. Obviously, what happens is what happened to me. You're just out for like a walk in nature, and you just stumble across something like this, like whoa, and you don't have any casting material. That's not why you're there. So, unfortunately, I don't think there is a cast, but it's a very cool picture, and I looked at it in some detail. And I mean, could you fake it? Yeah, I suppose. If you were so inclined to make a large like rubber print, you could go stamp it and make it look like that. I don't know. You probably could do it by hand if you really wanted to. But I don't know. Who knows? I'm just going to say it's genuine because I don't see any reason to not say that. So I immediately, when I saw this, I was like, it's fake. Right? That's probably fake. But as I started zooming in, I started seeing some details. I was like, oh man, what's going on here? So if I'm going to do this, it's probably going to get real pixelated, but blurry of the blurry, but we got to get close. But look, you start to see details, the mouth, the eyes, the head shape. It could be a cutout, but I don't think it is. And here's why. This leg seems to protrude past this leg, right? So I don't think it's a cutout. And usually cutouts are all pretty standard. I've never seen one like this. But all of that doesn't make it real. Okay? I don't know that it's fake, but some things don't add up. And one of the things is this. What's going on here? He has the head with his huge trap muscle, which is kind of indicative. Over here, there's nothing. That kind of indicates to me that this is maybe like some sort of headwear or something, and it's uneven. Okay. So then that takes us down to just this guy, this head here, and here's the shoulders, and here is the neck, which is not common in Sasquatch to have that sort of thin neck like humans have. And then, I don't know, keep going. Could be some clothing something's going on here. There's like armpit there, or there's like space under the armpit there, but not here. Almost like carrying something under the arm, maybe. and you get down here, and it looks like there's a little bit of unevenness um, where the pant and boot might meet right there. And then there's discoloration here on the foot, which would indicate maybe shoes. So I think it's a guy. I don't think it's a Sasquatch at all. So my initial reaction was probably correct. I just started looking at it and I was like, oh man, and, the devil's in the details, so they say. So um, I think it's fake. All right, guys, looks like we've reached the end. Monsters from Maine, Scott Loomis. How terrifying is that? I don't even know what that is, but it has a large head and like a humanoid face. You can see the nose right here. But what is up with that eye shine? That's not even now. I know that there are creatures that are reported as having glowing eyes, or you know, um, yeah, just they're glowing like embers. I've generally always dismissed that as just being mistaken for tapetum lucidum, eye shine. But they're like, oh, there's no light source. Well, it doesn't take a lot of light. It could be in the moonshine. It could be, some ambient light from somewhere. But people swear that in the pitch black with no light at all, they see creatures' eyes shine. Some creatures' eyes shine. Now that being said, I don't know if Scott had a light source here, if there was a flashlight or whatever. It doesn't look. There's some source of light coming from here up here and down, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. Oh, right there. There's a second creature with the same head shape, same texture on the skin, and the same glowing eyes. But being that this one is in the dark, you can really see it really well. Scott, what the hell are these things? You were there. Tell us what these are, because I don't have a good idea. I mean, they look like little aliens to me. They don't look like Sasquatch or Dogman or anything like that. So I'd be interested to know what Scott has to say about what these are. Either way, they're kind of scary. So I'll admit to you. Guys, I really appreciate you joining us for another episode. I'm going to get this edited and hopefully posted today. And I want to say thank you to all of our Patreons and our members, of course. Thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate that. And if you're interested in joining, you can go to www.patreon.com/Bigfoot Input, or go to the channel page right here on YouTube and click join and become a member. And you get a cute little Bigfoot Input emblem right next to your name. And we appreciate all the support, guys. We really do. All right, that's it for me. So this is J Mac, and I'm out.